Should probably get her a toy.
Hello and welcome to Allies of Justice, Week 20. How's everyone doing?
We're doing good.
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, alright. Pretty okay.
So, it's been a while since we are able to get a game out. 21 days, actually.
It's almost
Sure.
as if we're not very punctual people or something.
No, fuck you. Don't.
It's
Don't
not a
fucking-
we, it's select few people.
Yeah, how dare you say we?
Right, I'm sorry. I don't want to pull it off me too much.
It's that time of year. That's all I'm saying. A lot of stuff happens.
We never said who.
But we're here.
Be jolly.
And slightly queer. So,
Let's say at least 70% queer, yeah.
who would like to do the recap?
I'm not
I don't-
doing it.
I don't remember shit.
The
I
most,
wasn't even there.
the most I can remember is that we went around town. Adze talked to a few girls, got them some gifts, and had a few personal confrontations.
That I remember.
It's not wrong. And then he accepted a quest where I believe we have to do something about a cart. I would get more information at the last catch where we're all supposed to meet up at.
Oh yeah, the caravan. We have to protect the caravan.
I couldn't.
How do you just get card from Caravan?
Mostly because I wasn't given the full details, and I don't remember fully. None of you else remembered.
Fair
I
enough.
do. I just don't want to do it.
And I always do it, so.
Yeah, but that's mostly because unlike us, you're actually responsible and you remember stuff.
I
You're
find
the
you guys
only
are
one that
slow.
has to-
You guys are slow. I'm doing it. Alright. So what happened is thus. Last week, my character showed up. I talked to fucking gibberish name whoever the fuck that Anthony's got as his character. Alright. And we had a little talk, and that was that. Then I went and I met with Naomi, and then later Adze, because I wanted to join the group. And that was my thing. And we did that conversation, and that's fine. Also, what happened is Adze talked to some person. I don't know who the person is because I've never been in this game for more than 1 week. So I don't know. But they talked to a person. And
beginning, yeah.
Crystal has a boyfriend. Tony has a boyfriend. Shut up.
Not
No,
a
she
boyfriend.
doesn't.
Yeah, she does.
No, she just went on a date with some guy, and then
Yeah,
got
so-
him to do a mission for her.
Yeah, and that's that. And like in a vague sense, that's pretty much all that really occurred.
Anything anyone else wants to add?
Like it was just role playing.
Anything else anyone else wants to add?
I don't remember anything. else.
Nothing in
At least-
particular.
Veteran has a
Maybe-
blind wife.
Oh,
That
I
is a
gave
thing.
away some bombshells about Crystal. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Tigashi, at least,
Yeah.
of all people.
Yeah. Certain Karn's woman's missing right now. I don't know where she is.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
Isn't that the quest we're doing right now?
No,
No, that's not the quest.
the quest will be introduced because we're doing a thing.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, I just don't know what thing is.
Alright, so, with all that, let's get into today's session. The sun's still high and the rain falling as it has for the past day. The camera moves and parts through the thick clouds, or thick rainstorm, as it sinks into our humble location of Elp. the dock town currently drenched with rainfall. It begins to siphon through the very thin amount of people in the streets at the moment, until finally finding itself at our famed starting location. The second catch? First catch?
I thought it was the last catch.
Last catch. This always happens. That's why it's famed.
No one
Famous
can
because
remember what it
nobody can
is.
get the name right. Somebody really needs to teach Tide about marketing.
As one by one, our party members start to move and find themselves here. The camera moves about, seeing Akko, Yaji, and Crystal. Seemingly the first 3 to make it here before the end of the day. Adze Naomi, and the new person that they met. Still nowhere to be seen yet. And while the camera continues to move, Akko gives off a loud grunt as he seems to go over to one of the tables and pull Sharptooth by his leg from underneath someone else's table and move back to Yaji and Crystal. And this is where we open up our scene today.
Cool. Can I start real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
I will just look incredibly annoyed and exhausted after doing that. Just like, I really need to find a way to get him to stop following me. He just looks like a parent tired after chasing a kid through a mall for like 5 hours. Except this kid happens to be a murderous crux.
What happened?
He's been practicing stabbing and thieving and other skills that I didn't even know he had.
Wonderful.
Also, he's climbed me like 7 times. Apparently, he likes heights. I really need to ask Gov if he knows some sort of, I don't know, tea or something that Cruxes used to get calm, whatever the hell. Just as he say that, clearly Sharptooth is just still exploring with his newfound freedom. Help!
He still seems pretty normal to me.
Yeah, well, normal by Crux is not exactly normal by my standards.
Yaji will just shrug and is like, isn't it about time for the others to get here?
Just give it time. I'm sure they're stuck on something important. Or something embarrassing that we'll hear about in a bit. Either way, it's bound to be interesting.
And as you guys do nothing else,
I don't think Akko will be able to do anything else.
Guys, I might have to leave a lot earlier than I originally planned.
Aw, dang it, Kelsey.
Something came up.
So
I
might as
mean-
well just cancel the game then.
No, I feel like we can keep. I feel like we can keep going, but like it will be a bit of a shame to not play with Kelsey around.
I mean, I can keep going for right now, but they said that they would let me know when I have to go. So just a heads up.
Okay, well, let's go while we wait.
All right. So I heard absolutely nothing you guys were saying because I was talking to my grandmother.
It was it was essentially them just talking about Gup Gup and how it's been a pain for Akko trying to keep him in line.
Okay.
Keep track of mine. Not Gub Gub. Gub Gub will listen to Akko in a million years.
Okay.
But as that scene kind of tapers off, we reopen up to the inside of the other inn. Currently, Adze and Vedran, making their way out of the entrance, moving to Naomi and Rico.
So, she hasn't been boring you, has she?
Not at all. No need to be rude, dear.
Just making sure you're being entertained.
Quite fine.
Well, me and Adze here had a pretty good conversation.
Yeah, we did. Naomi, are you feeling warm enough in that coat? 'Cause, I mean, I don't need the leaf thing anymore.
Oh, yeah, this is fine.
Okay.
Oh, I like the pants.
Yeah, they were nice. Noah's got good taste, I guess.
I'm glad they fit.
Yeah. Alright, I guess we should probably go into the last catch if you guys have everything from your room.
Have everything we need, at least. Travel quite light.
Alright, good. Well, if you don't know where it is, I'll just lead the way. Sadly starts heading out the door.
I think I know where it is, but I'll follow you anyway.
Cool.
Coming, Rico?
You still haven't given me the information on what exactly you're doing. Other than that you're joining this group.
We're joining this group, yes. And more particularly what we're doing. Something to do with guarding some caravan. Having a meeting about it. We're going to be learning more there. Figured you might at least want to come along and hear what I'm going to be doing.
I would like that.
Like that. I suppose we've got no reason to wait around here. Besides, do you think we'd be getting late by this point?
I doubt it.
First impressions are important. I wouldn't want to keep everyone waiting for me.
Then by all means, she says as she stands up.
Better take her by the hand and lead her out.
Alright, let's go. As Naomi would stand up and move along with you two.
It's uncanny, man, how good you are at doing these characters. Alright, let's go.
It's almost as if I practice. I don't.
Mirror every night.
I don't practice at all.
Sure you don't. Alright, I guess we just make our way to the last catch.
So with 30 or 20 or so more minutes, eventually, coming through the door, you find Naomi, Adze, the tall individual that they were talking to before, and probably the most gorgeous drink of water you have ever seen in your entire life.
Jesus.
What?
Excuse me, they're not a drink of water, they're a person. Thank you.
As a slender, raven-haired beauty being taken by the hand, would follow suit with the other tall figure. Her movements are lithe and graceful, and as she looks about, it's almost looking at something ungodly, not human, as she strides in place, though seemingly being led by this other individual.
Certainly seems to be the place.
It smells lovely in here.
They have some pretty good food.
It's quite pleasant here.
Hmm. Do I see the other party members?
Currently, Akko is holding on to the shirt tail of Sharptooth. Yaji is kind of just sitting there, back to you, not giving you much heed or mind. And Crystal seems to have made eye contact with you.
I just wave and just usher Vedran. All right, over there.
You're going to introduce me at least, right? I've spoken to the Yashi one before, but not the rest.
I mean, if you want me to, I was gonna let you do that yourself. But if you want, I mean, okay, fine, sure. Yeah. As I just make my way over to the group.
Follow suit behind.
Hi everyone. Yashi's already met him, but we have a new party member. His name is Vedran. I'm sorry, I can barely pronounce your last name. I'm just gonna call you Vedran. And this is his wife, Rico. Pretty sure they can do the rest of the introductions. All right.
It's good to meet you all.
Akko will barely be able to, do a wave considering that he's trying to keep Sharptooth from doing anything crazy right now. I'll talk to you later. He is very animated still.
Crystal.
Okay.
Crystal will give both of them a nod. Hello.
Well, it definitely sounds very lively in here.
Yes, quite. Are there enough seats for us?
You can grab some, yes.
All right, I'll go grab some. I'll grab 2 for Vedran and his wife, and can usher like, okay, yeah, that's for you, and I'll go and get my own.
Thank you. What's with the, would I recognize the crux? Don't know what that is.
They're common enough, yes.
What's with the crux?
Pain in the ass, that's what they are. I won't say it all the way back.
That's the story.
Wasn't aware they were anything but hostile.
Not all of them are hostile.
Evidently so.
They can be reasoned with as I pull up a chair.
You'd be surprised.
So I'd like to be rather upfront. What are your all's goals here? If you don't mind me asking.
As it looks to everyone.
Okay. Akko will have finally calmed Sharptooth down a bit. He'd answer, well, that's a bit of a tough one, but the best way I can explain it is they're trying to get by and help people in the process. That's it. Some of us are looking for some people that we want to find, but overall, just helping people out here. Nothing beyond that, really.
Yeah, that essentially covers it for me.
I know that doesn't exactly sound as grandiose as some other people put it out there, but I'm not one to lie. That's the gist of it.
Sometimes it's more simple than you might think.
You'd be surprised at the amount of crap that happens around here. The amount of things we've gone through as well. Well, as you can probably tell, he'd say that as he like lifts Sharptooth by the freaking neck of the shirt. He just seems unfazed by being lifted and just waves. Just... Yeah, this is Sharptooth, by the way. He'll grow you. Don't worry.
Crystal.
It is.
Oh.
No, sorry. Echo will just gently put Sharptooth back down and just let everybody else talk.
Crystal will look away for a moment. I joined this group to look for someone, as you should probably know since you're part of us now. Of course. Great, or at least you're back. But recently I've grown quite fond of everyone here. So I've stuck around for more reasons than just that. She would give a small smile as she said that.
Well, to each their friends is always a good reason to do anything.
Yeah. Have you ever been with a party before, Veteran?
You mean like an adventuring party?
That of the like, or maybe a group of anything, really. Maybe in business or anything else.
Business, yes, I suppose so.
Oh, really? Where did you work? What was the occupation?
I just did a bit of busy work for my family.
Busy work? That could mean a lot of things.
Odds and ends, enough for them to excuse me being paid.
Works
More
for
so
me.
than usual. Anyway.
Alright.
I can sense that you all have a great goodness in you. That's good. She would say, looking sightlessly but meaningfully towards Vedran.
I mean, we wouldn't want to be working with criminals or anything now, would we?
I think this is right for you. I think this will be a good start.
That's good to hear. Been wanting to make some progress.
She would look out towards all of you. I'm very glad to have made all of your acquaintance. As your friend
Likewise.
said, my name is Rico, but Vedran, he is my light, and if he's to be moving and doing things under the moniker of another group, I'm glad that he found it under this one.
Well, thank you.
It's very nice of you to say, Rico. Trying to put me to shame.
Don't worry, we'll make sure that things go well.
She looks at you with this small smirk. It's like, it wouldn't have been that difficult, she says with a roll of her shoulder.
Getting rude now. I should feel offended.
Only getting to my nature.
I suppose so.
So what is it that you all gathered here for then?
And it's kind of giving a kind of a melancholy smile at that little interaction. Well, we've gathered here because we're going to be doing a job. Going to be protecting a caravan. Going from here to somewhere in the south. We don't know exactly where, but that's why we're here. Our informants, Mr. Jacob Jaffe, should be arriving here any moment. Then we'll discuss details and possible payment.
Is this the normal thing you guys typically do?
Normally we take care of bandits and the like, but the thing is, there's been some situations arising that, well, let's just say that clearly there's a bit of a pattern to what the bandits around have been doing lately.
Yeah.
So
What pattern
try and
is that?
figure some of it out. We're doing jobs here and there, get some resources, and prepare in case anything more dangerous than just a random raid happens.
They've been getting delusions of grandeur or something?
I wouldn't say it's delusions.
I'd more say they're getting hired by people who really know how to organize them into a dangerous force. Personally, I think it's probably connected to all the people who are trying to look for one another.
So you're saying
least
this
that's
is
what I
some
think.
kind of conspiracy or something?
Possibly. We've
Yeah,
dealt with
Interesting.
sounds crazy, but
yeah.
that's how things usually go.
Dealt
No,
with
it
people.
sounds
for-
interesting.
Yeah.
I have
Dealt
to
with-
warn you, that's kind of what usually happens around us. So you better be prepared for that kind of thing to pop up a lot. You're gonna stick with us.
That sounds like something fun. Going around stopping some kind of conspiracy involving bandits and the like. Sounds like a
Well.
pretty good time.
You looked at the rest and said, well, he's eager.
Yeah. Well, I guess he won't be here for a little bit, so I mean, maybe if you want, we can get a little snack. Actually, probably best I don't. You guys can get a snack if you want. Maybe just have a glass of water.
A reason why you shouldn't be eating?
Well, I can't exactly. Anyway, no, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Just excuse him. He can be a bit awkward at times.
I've noticed, but I thought it was a bit rude to say anything about it.
Master just shakes his head, just looking, seeing if he could spot Jacob Jaffe in the crowd. I'm gonna make a spot check for that. Okay.
That was wicked.
Ah,
It's still like 5 or 6 hours until he's supposed to get here.
jeez, I thought more time had passed. All right. While we're
Man.
here, we can just sit here and talk it up. We could probably just flag down waiter or waitress.
I've already ate. I'll be fine.
Um,
But
I'm perfectly fine as is right now. Just trying to figure out how the hell to keep Sharptooth from, eating Sharptooth.
Do they have
Right.
exotic fish?
I think everything here that's fish would be exotic fish.
Maybe we can ask for a menu.
I think I would like to try.
Okay. I try to wave down a waiter or waitress. What would that be?
You moving to go grab one.
Okay, well I'll
Because
just.
they don't have any waiters or waitresses. They just have the one girl. She doesn't seem to be in vision.
Oh no. Okay, I'll go look for her.
That poor girl.
I'll make a spot check. I need to change my thing, but yeah.
So you look around and you don't see her in the immediate area. So as you get up and go to the door to the back of the kitchen, like, she just, like, backs out and bumps into you and stumbles a bit before looking up, blinking a few times.
Oh,
As it-
sorry.
As her eyes go wide and she just bows down. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It was my fault. I was just asking if we could have a menu over at whatever table we were at. That table over there, just some of my friends would like to order something.
We don't actually have menus. But I'll be there in just a moment. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Really, you're doing great. It's fine. So just try and give her a reassuring smile. I'm gonna try and roll charisma.
Uh-oh.
It's
Oh
gonna-
Uh-oh.
boy,
Oh no.
he's only gone and
Okay.
done it.
Naomi would be so proud.
It's a bit of a grimace.
Small tears start to form in her lip note as she turns and goes back into the door.
Gosh, I hope that worked. So I went back over to the table. Our waitress will be by us in a little bit.
You're right, sir.
I'm fine. Just not used to doing that.
Okay, then.
Talking to a waitress?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
He's a bit awkward around the ladies.
What?
Well, obviously, Echo is saying that just to mess with him, but the thing is that, like, he knows also that that's probably gonna get a reaction.
That won't get you anywhere.
I don't know.
I'm not.
Some girls can find that cute.
I suppose.
I just look over to Rico, about to say something, but then holds it in. Okay. It's kind of glancing over at Naomi and looking down. Okay, so right. So Rico. So will you be coming with us on this caravan trip?
On this endeavor? No.
Okay. Would you like to discuss terms in which like where we should meet up, amounts of days before you should be concerned, or guess that'll all come up in the meeting?
Well, from what I heard, it seems like you guys are more of contract helpers than the people leading this, so I believe it would require that information from this Jaffe individual, you say?
Yes.
So I think for the time being, we can just enjoy each other's company.
Okay.
At least like to know you better.
Yeah.
Ask away.
Yeah.
We have time.
I mean, I suppose it's more of a practical question, but what exactly, what kind of talents do you guys have? Say we get
Um,
into a fight, which I expect you people to be doing.
I tend to stay clear of immediate danger. I tend to pretty good handy with the bow. Get a few arrows in.
Usually, I just stick to smashing and slashing. Tends to work for us orcs.
I try to heal everyone.
Try to or succeed?
Oh.
Anthony kind of looks
Don't
at
get
you
on her
like
bad
that's
side.
not a good that's not a good question to ask. Trying to make an innuendo, I guess, or guess like don't.
She would.
Try to say no in Piglet.
looking to Adze, you can tell the way he's looking like that seems like you're stepping on toes type of subject.
Right.
Crystal would just kind of like look at you for a moment before just sighing. I don't know.
Oh, she's fixed me up more than once. She's done a damn fine job at it too.
Yes, she has.
She would just give a small smile at that, but she would still look. She would just look a little upset at the comment.
So the lilac-eyed Cervidae would finally make her way back to the table. She, holding onto a small tablet, and sunken in slightly, trying to look as small as possible while standing off to the side of the table. Can I take your orders?
Yes, is a glass of water free?
She does all her effort not looking at Adze as he talks, and she just nods.
Okay, I'll have that, thanks.
She just holds the tablet up to her face, like ridiculously close, like so she doesn't have to look at Adze while writing that down.
Do you do fish at all?
She looks over to Verdun and says, "We have many different kinds of fish."
May I ask what types of fish?
She goes through and gives you 3 different kinds. One is the red prim, another is salmon, tuna, and the last one is barracuda.
That turned to Rico. So what interests you then out of that?
What's the most expensive?
Oh my.
Ooh.
That just looks over at Rico wide-eyed.
It would be the barracuda. That's one that we had to actually get from somewhere else to get over here. And how much does that normally feed? I suppose around 4 or 5. And the others, do they feed more? I think that would be our largest, though. Depends on if you're into that palate. See. We'll take 3.
That sounds like a good idea.
3.
Looks over at Rico. That really isn't necessary. You don't need to, spend all that on us. We can manage. It's
Who
no.
said I was spending it on you?
Yes, we'd be buying this anyway.
Do you
I
eat
mean, you're-
that much on your own?
You're welcome to share.
She gives a playful smirk towards Akko.
Okay. Far be it from me to judge.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. Is the bread also free? I look over to the waitress.
I'd
What a
say
cheapskate. Such a cheapskate.
you're not that short of money.
Yeah,
I
he
can
is.
lend you some gold if you need it.
No. Is the bread also free?
I'd say.
She shakes her head no.
Okay.
You know, dear, I think I am feeling partial for some bread.
Oh, Rico so.
Thank you.
I mean,
And
you only need to
possibly. Maybe 6 or 7 glasses of wine? What do you think?
Oh my gosh.
ask. Half red,
Aye.
half white.
What?
think we should really drink that much before we go on a mission.
Oh dear, wine is definitely something that wouldn't bother you before a mission.
I tend not to drink anything alcoholic before a job.
I don't really drink a whole lot.
Afterwards, I've had it, but before, I've had bad experiences before, and I know that.
Then what do you prefer here to drink? We have a lot of different kinds. You know, just bring one of everything and we'll see what we like.
Yeah, you should try the drink from the Carns that they transported over here. It's actually quite nice. I've tried it.
Aku will have a thought, a dangerous thought. He'd ask, I wonder if they still have the Titan here.
It's too late.
The what now?
Hmm.
So what are you talking about?
There's a drink that they used to serve here, or at least I believe they still do, called the Titan. A friend of ours once tried it, but let's just say that it overwhelmed him. Let's put it that way.
The one Adze is talking about is one that belongs to the Carns.
Sounds like
one the Carns
fun.
made.
I'm sorry, but the Titan isn't available currently. We only sell it in the late afternoons or close to the
I
midday.
figured.
No, I have to
I
catch you
had
then.
forgotten that they do that timely thing.
But did you want anything else? No, dear. I think that'd be all. Thank you very much.
For the time being, at least.
When Rico says that to her, like, for the first time, the server day kind of, like, stands a little straighter at that and gives a nod before turning on her hooves and going back to the kitchen.
This is a very shy girl.
Yeah, I don't think I. Do I? I look to everyone and I try to smile. Does this look okay?
Oop, that was muted. You guys get confused while Adze is just starting to grimace at all of you.
Just Echo and Sharp to just stare at him and just go,
What are you asking is okay?
Just-
Is this a good smile?
No.
Echo and like Sharp to just stare at him for a bit, and they stare at one another and look back like, don't do that again.
You're smiling.
I mean, like, that's when I try to smile. I mean,
You look like someone stabbed you in the foot.
I'm not really used to, putting on, charm or anything. Just trying to. I'm just more of a. Like, I could talk. It's just the facial stuff is kind of iffy with me.
You do fine. The awkwardness can be endearing.
Thank you, Akko.
Was she a potential mate for you?
No, what? No. I was just, she was very shy, and I just wanted, we've met her before. No.
She did
I
look
told
bothered by you.
myself around girls.
No, it's only because there was a time where she had served us, and it went like a little awkward, like, so certain people were a little loud towards her, and she seemed a little. I just wanted to, plus I bumped into her, and she seemed like she was really sorry about that. I just want to make sure that everything was cool, and
Sounds like she likes you.
no, she doesn't. I mean, I don't know, but it's not like that. Why are we on this topic?
I mean, there's nothing wrong for someone being attracted to you, dear.
No,
It
it's
happens
not.
a lot.
No, there's nothing wrong with
He's
it.
a bit of a prude.
Well, this is intensely amusing.
There's nothing like I mean, it's not. I.
Hey, if I have
fine.
to suffer with Sharptooth following me around, you have to suffer with the fact that you're a bit awkward.
Try giving them chocolate. All girls like chocolate.
Flowers work too.
I.
If you need dating advice, you can always ask me.
I don't know. Chocolate always seems so generic.
Just never give it to a Zeeth.
Why?
Yeah, I heard they hate it.
But why?
I don't know.
It's like giving false grass to a kitsune. They go crazy about it.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
I see. Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
But she definitely does sound cute. I mean, maybe you just need to come at it in a different angle.
She's not. I'm not. I mean, she's. I don't really know her. I'm not going to go. I'm not. No. That's not. I'm
You
not
never know
interested.
anyone till you ask.
I'm not
So if this chuckling
interested in
goes
her.
well.
I mean, if you weren't interested, this wouldn't be a question, would it?
It's not a question. I'm not.
What, are you interested in someone else?
As he goes to open his mouth and then shuts it. Just goes back to looking at anything
The
else.
love triangle. Oh, those
His
are
face
always
is starting-
exciting.
Go red. So, where's Jeffy? He should be here in the next 5 hours. Oh boy.
You know, sometimes love triangles are the best way to spice up a relationship.
I don't. I'm not entirely sure that's. I don't like where this conversation has gone.
Do any of our conversations ever go where we want them to?
We know where the conversation's going, why have the conversation? Should at least be something interesting. Take the surprise out of it, where'd that leave you?
She opens her mouth with a surprised grin. You're a masochist.
Who?
Towards
talking to?
Adze.
It looks. I'm sorry?
I see now.
You see what?
Luigi, you seem to be enjoying this somewhat in a certain way.
I am?
Oh, don't worry, dear. Me and you will become very good friends.
As his species doesn't know what to how to respond to that.
I think you broke him. I mean, not that that seemed really hard to begin with, but
Enjoyable. Though I have to admit, there's very few people that go unnoticed to my ears. She would turn looking to Yaji. You're a quiet one, aren't you?
Topic about other people's mate doesn't interest me.
She's not my mate.
Then what does interest you?
I prefer more of the natural stuff.
don't you mean like sunsets and open plains?
They are enjoyable, but I like the woods a bit better. They're very close to how I grew up.
The woods have their charm. Do I think I made obvious where I particularly stand?
You're a woodsman.
I am.
Any particular forest you call your own?
Wherever I am.
I see. And of your little friend?
He will reside with me. I am his home.
You seem to have a very strong war between the two of you.
Yes. Though, this would be the first time someone has talked about it, not from my own clan.
Well then. I'm glad that I can be your first then.
Oh. Sorry. Oh, I'll be going AFK for a bit. Oops.
Right. Considering you have the time, as a seriously looking over at Yaji, do you want to talk about it now?
Not with all these people.
Why
So-
not?
You guys
Sensitive
need some room.
subject.
They're gonna find out eventually, Yaji. We are partners in all of this. I feel like they should know, as well as I.
What are you talking about?
About Yaji's spirit that haunts him. Whoops.
Adze.
That's a good bit of out of character nonsense.
That's great. That's great.
You don't seem to have a haunted aura.
It's might be haunted of a different kind.
It's definitely something I would say different. Whether it's malicious or not, I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm experienced in the world of spirits, but I do know my way around the helix.
Really, you do?
In fact, I do.
What does that have to do with this?
Souls, even though intrinsically not connected, all feed into the capability of using them in helix spells. It may or may not be connected, but it's still a possibility.
I see.
I will pull Adze for a moment to ask something like, you think she could look at what's going on with Trumptooth?
With who?
Sharp. Yeah, Sharptooth. She definitely could. She seems to
Maybe
be
we
very.
should ask.
Yeah, she seems to be very well adjusted to all this in terms of auras and such. Don't really know a whole lot about that, but she appears to know a few things.
It's around this time that the waitress would come back, and when I said barracuda, imagine that she's bringing out like a baby dolphin worth of fish.
What?
Oh my god. 5 of those.
Knight, what have you done?
Oh, good.
Oh,
As
good.
it sets it on the
Just
table,
good.
and then all of you get given, or are given, 3 separate drinks and bread in the center of the table. And right before she goes, Rico says, "Also forgive the lad. He's a little shy and was quite taken by you at first. He had meant no harm."
As he looks over at Rico, eyes wide, like. It's like, don't you. As he then slowly turns up to the waitress.
Mm.
That's.
Oh,
It-
well, I'm sorry, I'm just not very... Thank you, she says as she bows to Rico and turns, gives you a shy smile, and then turns and goes back to the inside of the kitchen.
Why? Why did you do that, Rico?
Anybody who looks at Echoes knows that he is trying to hold his laughter in so hard right now.
I'm not. That's not what I wanted. I just see. Ah.
Well, now you have a conversation on a miscommunication with me, more so than you having to apologize.
I mean, come on, Adsa. You need to have a life outside of the work we do in the group. Fine.
Rika gave you an in.
I
It's
really
called
have to.
misdirection, dear.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I already have to deal with a fiance. I don't have to deal with this.
Well, it looks like you were dealing with it regardless.
Fine. Fine. Takes a sip of his water. What's it like being married? Like over at Vedran or Rico?
Only good. She looks at you, raising a brow.
Perfect. Does that make you feel better?
Plenty.
Good.
I
mean,
can raise
it's-
an eyebrow at that.
It's a hard thing to quantify.
It's also easy to lose.
Her head would gesture turning towards you when you say that, Yaji. But not saying anything.
Not with us.
Well, a lot of things are easy to lose in life, so could I give them the proper care, I guess? Echo will say, trying to like diffuse it, but knowing there is some awkwardness is going to stay in the air regardless.
Right. So, you guys love each other, right?
Well, yes, that's the point. I wouldn't marry someone if I didn't.
Right. Right. I'm gonna step outside for a bit. He takes his water and just goes to step outside of the last catch for a little bit.
Well, best to give him some room, I suppose.
Maybe we went a bit too far in teasing him.
Normally I will have said that before, but considering the kinds of teas that I've seen him receive before, this is mild. Mild at best, really.
When did he lose his leg?
I'm sorry?
His leg?
Apparently not very long ago. He kind of talked to me about it.
That's a long story that even I don't really have the full gist of it, if I remember.
He
I'll be
still
honest
has
with
2 of them.
Yeah, it's a story I'd rather not go into right now. Still a very touchy one.
You may have 2, but he doesn't walk as if he does.
Prosthetics. They're hard to get used to. When I met him, he was already on his way to get one, so...
Go ahead and roll bluff, Akko.
What? No, that's literally the truth.
It's not pathetic, though. That's not the truth.
Wait, did Akko actually know about that? Yes, he did, now I think about it, yes.
He would have. Yeah, he would have known.
Oh boy, and my bluff skill is very bad, so prepare for this to be a blunder, guys. Or at least I would be doing if it wasn't because the freaking damn roll 20 pages being a bit of a shit.
Damn.
I'm just gonna assume you'll fail. So
Yeah.
she looks at
Because
you,
crazy, I imagine.
or looks in your direction.
That's a healthy assumption, but let's try and make sure first, okay?
You'll fail.
I mean, if she can sense my animal, I'm pretty sure your bluff isn't going to be that high.
You know, she is fucking crazy high magic, like obscene levels.
Yeah.
All 4. Okay, yeah, no, I fucking failed hard there.
Actually, that's a -1.
She looks in your direction.
Thank you for pointing
Or
out.
her head moves into your direction. You notice that her eyes are never actually looking at anybody while she's been speaking or even been here. And she just gives off a soft smile. Sensitive material, then. Understandable.
Well. You seem to be very attuned to, well, matters that escape me most of the time. You mind if I ask you a question?
You may.
So, you can see my companion here, Sharptooth, just points towards him. Sharptooth hopefully waves or tries to be, semi-decent.
Relatively speaking, I can.
Well, the reason why I've got him here with me is because at some point he had a... what's the best way to describe it? Something on his back, something that seemed to be controlling him. We haven't really been able to identify it or a way to get it off of him. I was wondering if you could take a look at it. Maybe you know something about it that we don't.
I'm not very good at removing blemishes that have controlling properties. Is it magic?
It very much seems
Sometimes.
magical, yes.
She would turn and look at him, or with her head more so than her eyes, as she pauses there for what goes on for about 6 or so seconds. This does not seem something that looks like it's connected to the helix.
So you can't do much about it.
This does not look like it's in my realm of possibility.
I will sigh a bit in frustration, but not at her so much as just because he's concerned. Well, thank you anyhow. At least that eliminates one possibility from this mystery.
It does seem to have a dark fingerprint, though. A ruinous one.
Yep, that's what concerns me about it.
What were to happen if you were to physically remove it?
We talked about this. We're not doing that.
Yeah,
It
but
depends
it's good
on
to
the
know.
circumstance, but most curses can't be removed physically. Though they may appear on the skin, it goes much deeper than that.
Alright. So at least I made the right call there regardless. Look, I get that cruxes are not exactly the first thing that comes to mind when people think of helping others out. They don't have exactly the greatest reputation, but I don't want anybody getting hurt for no adequate reason, alright? And yes, even if he is a bit of a pain at times, that includes Sharptooth.
He waggles in your grip.
I'm not actually holding him. Like, he'd be sitting next to me.
He waggles.
Alright, sorry about that. He got used to that when we first tried to identify what was on him.
Well then, we shouldn't sit here and let the stuff get cold. Dig in. I can't eat this all by myself.
I thought you said you were gonna buy it for yourself.
That was just so he doesn't have anything else to say about it.
Fair enough. I'll just wait for the rest beforehand.
So as all of you begin to munch down and chow down, we're going to take this time to take a break. So,
Alright.
thank you guys for watching. We're going to take a quick 15 to 10 minute break. It's time to stand up, use the restroom, go get something to eat, all that fun stuff. And we'll be back here within that period of time. So, see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.